Hi, Rockets. Mrs. Wilkenbush here, continuing our book club study on Galaxy Games of Challengers by Fishbone. We are chapter 19. Let's get started. Hopefully this one isn't as long as the last one. Whew, that one was a long one. Here we go. Guangzhou, China. 3 months after the Earth's first contact with aliens, Ling Hua Bang slung a heavy bag across her shoulder. She snuck through the busy gym as quickly as she could, past girls practicing floor routines, vaulting, and the balance beam. Ling wished she could chalk her hands for one last spin around the uneven bars, but there wasn't time. Her bus would arrive in just a few minutes. Ling's red leather boots squeaked with every step. Her best friend's parents had sent them, along with a note said, "Happy 12th birthday." Ling had only just turned 11, and she needed 2 extra pair of socks to make the boots fit. But it was the thought that mattered. Her own parents had certainly never sent her any birthday presents. The other girls spotted Ling and gathered around. "What's the big secret, Ling? Where are you going?" "Away for a while, but I'll be back," Ling promised. "It's the Galaxy Games, right?" said Hu. "I knew they would choose you, and now you're off to space with Tyler Sato." "Ooh," the other girls chorused. "Quiet, please," Ling looked around anxiously. "Master Wan will hear you." "He doesn't know." Ling shook her head. "Then hurry," urged Hu. "Master Wan will be back at any moment." Ling nodded and ran to the south exit. The other girls chilled as she charged to the door. Their smiles faded when they all saw Master Wan standing outside. He held his arms crossed and his breath formed a mist around his angry face in the pre-dawn chill. The other girls scattered back to their practice stations. The door closed and Ling could not see them anymore. Master Wan loomed over her. "Where are you going with that bag, Miss Bay?" Ling swallowed a lump in her throat. "Master Wan, I've been chosen for the Galaxy Games." "Well, they can't have you," Master Wan punched the metal door. "I was the first to see your potential. I molded you into the gymnast you are today. You are mine." Ling shook her head. "I am sorry, Master Wan. You have been kind to me, but I have to see the world. I have to see the universe. A girl who quits this program can never return. Think about that, Miss Bay. If you need to leave now, you will lose your shot at the Olympics. Is that what you want?" Master Wan put his arm around her shoulders. "Come inside, Miss Bay. Your place is here." Ling almost went with him, but just then a warm wind blasted out of the twilight. She and Master Wan looked up to see a flying orange shark swoop over the rooftops of Guangzhou. "That must be my bus." Ling pushed away from her coach. "So long, Master Wan." Sao Paulo, Brazil. The Brazilian youth team trailed by 1 goal going into the final minute of the game. The goalie for the visiting German team punted the soccer ball toward midfield. Luis Rafael Villa Lobos took it on the head. The ball landed at the feet of his teammate Mateus. Mateus passed the ball back. "Take it, Wheeze. Show them why you're going to the Galaxy Games." Wheeze grunted in agreement and kicked the ball from foot to foot. At the corners of his vision, he saw 2 German kids race at him. At the last possible moment, Wheeze pushed forward. The 2 middle fielders collided in a tangle of arms and legs. The stadium crowd rose to their feet just as Wheeze wove a zigzag path to the goal. Nobody on the German team could touch him. They tried to channel him toward the sideline, but Wheeze broke into the open field. 10 seconds left, called the center referee. Wheeze dodged the last German defender and faced the goal guarded by Felix Hoffmann, probably the best young goalie in all of Europe. And no wonder, thought Wheeze, Felix was big. Not just big for his age, but just plain big. Not just tall, but wide. Felix was not a goalie, but an unmovable force of nature. Wheeze's eyes locked with Felix's from 15 feet away. Time seemed to stop for a moment. Then Wheeze saw Felix smile. "I'll wipe that grin off your face," Wheeze thought. He lined up his shot and traced the path of the ball in his mind from his foot to the lower left corner of the goal. He gave the ball his hardest kick ever. Felix shifted, dived, and caught the ball at the line. He was not just big, but he was also fast. The referee blew his whistle 3 times to signal the end of the second half. Game over, Germany wins. The stadium erupted in disappointed groans as we stood dumbfounded. Felix ran over with the ball under his arm. "Good shot," he said in German. Wheeze's language implant fed a Portuguese translation directly into his brain. Wheeze winced and remembered how the alien doctor had said the implant would hurt when he used it, at least until his brain got used to it. Good block, said Weez in Portuguese. Felix grinned. You got two other shots past me. You should be happy. I can't be happy right now when I just lost the game. The other boy laughed. Relax, Louise. The game means nothing. The real game starts when that bus whisks us off to the Galaxy Games. Then we'll be on the same team. You, me, and the amazing Tyler Sato. Weez frowned. Sure, he'd made the Earth team roster, but there was no guarantee he'd be chosen to go into space. Not unless he could beat out other players like Felix Hoffman. Tokyo, Japan. From the outside door, Tamako Tamazawa watched her own face on the big screens of the Shibuya Square. Thousands of people had packed into the streets to see her off, as if she were a movie star or a pop music idol. With all of these people watching, Tamako felt super embarrassed by the vibrant purple hair dye her great-grandmother had tucked her into. The man with the microphone waited for an answer. I'm sorry, what was the question? Tamako asked. What do you say to seclusionists who want to keep the Earth free from alien influences? Oh, Tamako frowned. Well, that's politics, isn't it? People in the crowd laughed. They thought Tamako had made a joke, she realized. Really, she just wasn't used to anyone asking her such important questions. Until being picked by the Galaxy Games, she'd been just an ordinary girl who loved shopping, singing along with the radio, watching Hunter Elf Zeta episodes, and winning national judo tournaments. Her biggest problem was that Dakai, her best and only friend, had gone off to America for the rest of the school year to visit his suddenly famous cousin. For months, she hated Tyler Sato for taking Dakai away, and in less than an hour, she would be face to face with him. Tyler Sato, the Japanese-American boy who defeated the Madranian warrior with his bare hands. Okay, sure, his victory had earned Earth a spot in the Galaxy Games tournaments, and yes, he was giving Tamako and other kids a chance to tour the universe. But other than that, Tamako found it hard to see what was so great about him. She could have done the same thing, and probably even better. Earth to Tamako-chan, said the man with the microphone. I'm sorry, what was the question again? Asked Tamako. Seclusionists, said the man. What do you think of them? Oh, right, Tamako thought for a second. The seclusionists don't want us to leave Earth, so that's fine, I guess. They don't have to go. But they shouldn't try to stop kids like me from playing against other kids on another world. It's a free galaxy, you know. The crowd cheered her answer, except the group on the left side. They booed and held up signs in Japanese and English. Tamako could hear their hateful chants over the rest of the crowd. Earth is for humans, space is for freaks. Earth is for humans, space is for freaks. Earth is for Tamako! The microphone man shouted her name loud enough to drown out the seclusionist. Before your bus arrives, will you demonstrate your judo skills for us? What? Now? Here? But I'm not. Ready? The man raised a red and white fan over the head. Ninja battle, go! As the fan fell, three men in black ninja costumes slid down cables on the platforms. Tamako dropped into a crouch. She hadn't expected this. Otherwise, she might have worn her judo uniform instead of sweats and a pink Hunter Elf Zeta t-shirt. The first ninja ran at her. Tamako planted her feet and leaned her right shoulder forward. The man's own weight and speed pushed him over her body and into the air. He landed on his back with his arms out, slapping the platform. So he knows how to land safely, Tamako thought with relief. At least I don't have to worry about hurting anyone. That's one down, shouted the man with the microphone. The second ninja ran at her. This time Tamako fell backward as he approached and kicked upward. Her foot caught his stomach and sent him flying. He went easily, and Tamako realized that he wasn't trying to defeat her. He was trying his best to make her look good for the cameras. Two down, shouted the man with the microphone. Tamako hopped onto her feet. The last ninja approached slowly with his arms out. He tried to grapple her. Tamako swept her leg under his feet and pushed him back over onto his back. And that's three down. Tamako-chan is the winner. The three ninjas bowed to her and the crowd cheered, even the seclusionist. Well, that must be how Tyler Sato felt, Tamako thought, except that he'd earned his victory against the Madarian Galaxy Games captain, while these ninjas had given her an easy win. Mexico City, Mexico. There were too many people and not enough privacy. That's what El Gato decided as he searched the outdoor market for a place to put his mask. A luchador is more than a masked wrestler. All right, you guys, let's see if we can figure this out. Nope, they don't have that either. A lucador's mask is his soul and personality. That's why a lucador is never seen without his mask. El Jaguar had said, but that's not right, you guys. Um, Hagar, because J is H in Mexican. El Hagar had said that, and El Hagar should know. El Hagar was the greatest lucador, lucador of all. Correction, the boy thought. El Hagar was the greatest lucador on Earth, but El Gato would be the greatest lucador in space. Get your lucador dolls, called one of the merchants. Your favorite masked wrestlers are here. El Hagar, El Hayo del Dragon, Diablo Rojo, and others you can name. The boy stopped. Do you have a doll of El Gato Grande? Who? Asked the merchant. El Gato, the most legendary lucador of the 21st century. Oh, right, the boy who made Galaxy Games team? He dug through his boxes and pulled out a doll with a blue cat-eared mask. Here's the doll of El Gato. The boy stared at the doll. That is not El Gato. El Gato would be insulted by this doll. El Gato has big muscles like these. The boy flexed his skinny arms. You look familiar. Have I seen you before? The boy put his arms across his face so the man wouldn't figure out who he was. You must be mistaken, but could you point out a place where I might quickly change into a mask? The merchant pointed to a nearby alley. Gracias, senor. If you see a bus from outer space, tell them that El Gato, who's someone else other than myself, is ready as quickly as he can be. Will be ready as quickly as he can be. I'll tell them, said the merchant. In the alley, the boy took a leather blue mask from his bag and slipped it over his head. It wrapped all the way around and laced up his back. 2 points stuck up like the top of cat ears. He then changed into a skin-tight white costume and added a thick brown belt and finished his costume with a bright red cape. Now El Gato Grande is ready to fight. He tackled the trash barrel as if it were another masked wrestler and threw it down the alley. Look out, aliens. Here comes El Gato. He reached down to grab his bag and noticed his reflection in the puddle. El Gato froze. Oh no, is that a smudge on El Gato's mask? El Gato can't wear a dirty mask to meet the great Tyler Sato. He splashed a puddle of water on his head and rubbed as hard as he could. 10 minutes later, El Gato charged out of the alley. His mask was dripping wet but much cleaner. El Gato Grande is ready. Hey, why is everybody staring at the sky? A shark, the merchant still looking up. An orange shark with black fins, made of metal flying through the air. Where? It's gone now, back into the sky. Dios mío, El Gato kicked the ground. You were supposed to tell them to wait. Okay, guys, I got to work on my Spanish for this one, too. Wow, keeping up with all of these names and these different countries and the different languages, I don't know how you guys are doing it, but let's keep working on it together. Until next time, this is Mrs. Wilkes signing off from the Galaxy Games, the Challengers.